Welcome to The Losing Streak, a sports gambling podcast for those who just can't seem to win. My name is Bozo Bill, and I'm here with my co-host, Automatic Austin.
How's it going, everybody?
All right, let's get back into it. We've been gone for a little bit. Apologies for that. I was in Vegas last weekend, for the Super Bowl party. That was awesome at Allegiant Stadium. We would have recorded last night, but I was busy installing a bidet, which I can review already. It's awesome.
Wait, what?
I installed a bidet last night. It was great. Yeah.
The bidet?
A bidet.
Oh, you installed a bidet. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was like, what the heck is this man talking about? Yeah, so that's cool.
My butt is clean and it feels good. All right.
I think I've only ever used a bidet once in my life, and it was pretty neat. It was pretty cool.
I think this might have actually been my first time using a bidet, and I loved it. So,
yeah, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, it's something you got to get used to.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the Super Bowl. So I watched some of those other, the views of the holding call, and it 100% was a holding call. But the problem was, it was away from the play. So it's kind of like, the refs call to make it. I feel like they were in a no-win situation because if they didn't call that, and then the Eagles won, the Chiefs, everyone will accuse the NFL of being rigged no matter what happened.
Right. Yeah, it's just, in the moment, everyone's mad, and so was I. But, it just sucks that the game has to come down to a penalty like that because, obviously everybody wanted to see the Eagles drive and either go to overtime or win the game. Nobody wanted to see, the Chiefs kneel a few times and then kick the game-winning field goal. So it was just kind of a bummer because it was such a good game, but it's cool. It's over with, and we have next season to look forward to.
Yeah, I agree with the Eagles. It kind of weird, because, the Chiefs beat the Bengals on a penalty call too at the end. So right, I feel like if it had gone the other way, like had they had a penalty call and it gave the Eagles the game, I feel like people wouldn't have been as mad. It's just like two in a row. It's just like, geez. Right. It seems like the NFL wants them to win, But
yeah, it's just a bummer, honestly.
So let's talk about next year. Who do you got for your early Super Bowl winner for next year?
Honestly, if the Bengals can beef up their offensive line, I'm going back with them, man. Their team should stay the same next year. I think the only free agents they really have are, I think only a couple of defensive players and maybe one of their wide receivers, like T. Higgins or something. But other than that, if they just, draft a couple of offensive linemen or sign somebody big, they should be right back in the AFC Championship next year.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm going to pull for the Bills as a homer. I hope FanDuel does the same promotion they did last year, where when you make like I think it was a preseason Super Bowl bet, they give you, a free bet for each game they win the season. It was pretty nice. It paid for my bet eventually with the Bills last year, so that worked out.
Yeah, I don't think I got that option, but we'll see. Maybe
they haven't offered it yet this year. It was like right at the beginning of the season last year, I think. So you just have to wait.
We'll see.
All right, so All-Star Weekend. Who do you like for the 3-point contest?
So this is a fun one that we want to do. So the dunk contest is dead. Everybody knows that. Nobody gives a shit about that. But let's take a look at the contestants real quick. Let me pull it up on DraftKings. So we have right now as we speak, Damian Lillard is the favorite at plus 350. Then we have Buddy Hield, Jason Tatum, Kevin Porter, Tyler Hero, Tyrese Halliburton, Lauri Markkanen, and then Julius Randle, of course, is last. Don't bet on him. He's not gonna, he's gonna be out in the first round. So it's definitely an interesting bunch here. I have my eye on probably 3 of these guys, but do you have any thoughts on these names or no?
Not too much. I just have a little PTSD from all those same game parlays we used to play with 3-pointers of these guys, so it's kind of triggering seeing this list. But I know, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say that Hero, however you say his name, I know that one guy we used to follow is going to love him, dude. He loved picking that guy. What was that guy's name?
Yeah, and He is one. I mean, just based off of, I mean, his percentages are down this year, but just based off of consistency, that is like one of the top favorites. Just based off of name, likeness, and just popularity, I'd probably say Damian Lillard. That's probably why he's the favorite right now. But I'm looking more towards Buddy Hield and Kevin Horter. If you in the 3-point contest, you really want somebody who scores, catch and shoot. Damian Lillard does a lot of his scoring off the dribble. Obviously, he's the point guard for his team. He handles the ball a lot more, and so he pulls up jump shot, pull up 3-pointer off the dribble. He doesn't really catch the ball and shoot it a lot. So that's what I'm looking toward. That's why I'm looking at Buddy Hield and Kevin Horter. Those guys are like the shooting guard, small forwards on their team. They're the catch and shoot in the corner 3. So that's why I'm looking at those guys. And honestly, a long shot that I'm looking at, is Lauri Markkanen. Obviously, he's second to last odds, and it's because he's the big guy. And but his consistency is really good. The only thing you have to worry about him is that he can shoot all the balls because he does have a really slow stroke, and obviously he can get tired. But honestly, I'll probably put a unit on all 3 of those guys and hope one of them wins.
Yeah, just looking at it, if I agree with the Buddy Hield one. I was looking, he won it in 2020. And
okay.
and he's shooting 42.6% this season, and it's he's on pace. It says he's on pace for the 6th time in a 7-year career to shoot at least 39%. So that's pretty good. And I think when this article I was looking at, I think he was actually favored over Damian Lillard, but I guess some people bet Damian Lillard down as a favorite.
Yeah, I was looking yesterday, and I thought I think Buddy Hield and Lillard were tied at 4-25 when I looked yesterday. But people must be betting up Damian Lillard for some reason. But I don't really like Lillard. I mean, if he wins it, congrats. But I mean, just value wise, I'm looking at those 3 names.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can we repeat it again for everyone so they got it?
Yeah, so we got Buddy Hield, Kevin Horter, and Lauri Markkanen.
Okay.
Probably half unit plays on each.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Anything else with the also? I don't really like betting the actual All-Star game. I think I tried last year and it was just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could a long shot for MVP. Are there MVP odds up on DraftKings? I don't see any, honestly. Or maybe I'm looking in the wrong place.
Are they doing the same thing last year where it's like different quarters wins or whatever? I don't even remember how it went last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was weird last year. I forgot. I don't know, because they only take like the over, the under last year in the All-Star game.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, that was. Oh man, I can't remember how they did it because I remember we had a little fun with that last year. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm not really looking to bet on the All-Star game either.
Okay, yeah. So each team competes in a mini game in each of the first 3 quarters. The score started 0-0 at each of these 12-minute periods, with the winning team earning $100,000 for a Utah-based charity. And then in the 4th quarter, a target score is set. The total score of the leading team plus 24 points. So, like if LeBron leads by 5 points after 3 quarters, they have to score. Like if they're winning 195, they have to score 124 to win. That's so ridiculous. But the Giannis would
weird. Okay.
Yeah, they would have to make up that 5-point difference.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So weird. If you bet on that and you lose somehow because you don't understand the rules, I don't blame you. Don't mess with this.
Yeah, just watch it for fun. I was actually watching the Celebrity All-Star game yesterday. That was actually kind of fun. There were so many All-Stars. Like I was sitting there watching. Calvin Johnson came up. He was blocking people. They had Albert Pujols was out there. He was an absolute unit on the court. That dude is enormous.
Pujols was?
Who else today? Yeah, Pujols. He could barely fit in the jersey. He was so big. They had who else did they have? They had Janelle Monáe was out there, but she only played for like a few minutes because she wasn't very good. But there was all kinds of people there. It was pretty fun.
All right, so let's move to a different basketball, college basketball. You've been
from men to boys.
You've been dangling the system in front of me. You wouldn't tell me all week. So what's your college basketball system that you
Well, it's
at
basically,
Discovery.
so if we get a chance to take a home team that's unranked against a ranked away team, and the home team, unranked home team is favored, you take that favored home team, the unranked favored home team, because they're hitting at like a 80% clip this year. So that's the new system. That's automatic.
So it's a favored unranked home team versus a ranked away team.
Correct.
Okay.
It's an automatic play every time.
All right.
Like, I'll give you an example. Yeah, I'll look, but let me give you an example of some. So yesterday wasn't a very big slate, but on Thursday, it was at the Maryland-Purdue game. So Maryland was the unranked home team. Purdue was obviously the ranked away team, and Maryland absolutely spanked Purdue.
Yeah.
And then the day before that, I remember there was, let me check. Northwestern, unranked at home against the ranked Indiana team, won by 2. They were actually underdogs, and they won outright. So it actually hits all the time.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
Like, I'm telling you, I like an 80% clip, so it's basically automatic.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any games that would match today, but we'll definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, today doesn't look like it, but yeah, whenever they pop up, we will for sure play those as our gold star bets. But yeah, we can get into today's slate if you'd like. Do you have anything on your radar?
Yeah, I got a couple games just looking at simulations, and then a couple different websites. And the first game I like is UNC Asheville.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're at, let me see it. They're at -2 when I first looked at it. Let's see what it's at now. Yeah, -1.5. They're at home against Gardner Webb. It's 2 small teams, but it's,
Mm-hmm.
good value from all the numbers I've been looking at.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, UNC Asheville has a way better record. They're 21-7. Gardner Webb's 15-12.
Let me see if they had
the Bulldogs. All right, so they are the first in their conference, the Big South. Gardner Webb is 4th at 10-5. UNC Asheville is first at 13-2. Gardner Webb on the road is 6-8. UNC Asheville is a perfect 11-0 at home. So yeah, I see some good value. -2. 11-0 at home. But
let's see if they go 11-1 for me, because I am the Bozo. But I like that game.
No, but it looks good. They won 3 in a row. Gardner Webb's lost 1. I mean, we love taking home teams, honestly, in college basketball. So I'll circle that. I'll take that with you.
And it's not the earliest game. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern. So by the time this comes out, you guys will have a little bit of time to lock that in.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll get into my first pick. I know you're gonna like this one. Wisconsin at home against Rutgers. I'm taking Wisconsin money line. Rutgers has sort of been in a spiral. I know they have some injury issues, and they're probably the better team, but Wisconsin has a good coach. They have a good system. They're at home. Rutgers isn't a good away team, so I'm looking at taking Wisconsin. If we look at the records, Maryland 9-6 conference wise, Rutgers is 8-7 conference. Wisconsin 7-8. So Wisconsin really needs this game because they're right behind Michigan and Rutgers. At home, they're 8-4. Rutgers is 2-6 on the road. They've lost 3 in a row. So I'm going to take a stab at Wisconsin at home.
Yeah, I like that game. Wisconsin's definitely having a down year, but they're definitely a very good home team.
They've been playing a lot better lately.
And Rutgers is not a good away team. So
yeah, they crushed Ohio State on the road. They won. They were 8-point dogs, and they won by 8 or something like that. And then they just beat. I just bet on Wisconsin, and they just crushed. Who was it? It was a ranked team, I thought. Was it Michigan? Oh, okay, yeah. They just beat Michigan at home. They crushed them too. So yeah, I don't see why they can't beat Rutgers.
Yeah, I like that one. I'll follow you on that.
All right.
All right. I'm sticking with my small schools for my next pick, and it's Drexel -5.
Ooh, I saw this one earlier too. I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Let me pull up.
It might be 5.5 now. So, yeah, the thing is, this Hampton team is just really bad. They're 6-22. They're 5-6 at home. Drexel's not great on the road. They're 3-8, but I mean, this is just one of those value games where it's just, I mean, obviously not all of these are going to hit, but if you keep playing the ones where it's, it's leaning in that direction, the trends, it makes sense.
Let's see. Let me go pull up some of their stats. So Drexel's 9-7 conference play. Hampton's all the way at the bottom at 3-12. Hampton's lost 5 in a row. Drexel's lost 2 in a row. So they need a dub. Yeah, they're not great on the road, but Hampton's not really great at home either. They're one of the worst teams in college basketball. So yeah, it could be a good value play right there. A good buy low spot on Drexel.
Yeah, it's not like a lock play by any means, but just one of the plays I liked. So I'll put it on my list.
Man, that Tennessee-Kentucky game is so tempting to play. But Florida at Arkansas. Florida's 8.5-point dogs. I think that's too many. I know Florida's not a great away team. But these two teams are really similar. If you look at their statistics and just the way they play, they're both slow paced. They're both defensive teams. Not great offensively, okay. So I'm definitely looking at Florida plus 8.5 in a close SEC battle.
Okay, let's see. Is this? I would like this game a little bit more, obviously, if it was at Florida. So I remember Florida had that big win at home against Tennessee. What was that, like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, and they haven't been good since.
Yeah.
So I think it's another good buy low spot on that. I just feel like it's a lot of points.
Yeah, and I mean, they're about even on against the spread. Florida's 13-13. Arkansas is 12-13-1. But yeah, that's a lot of points, man. Let's see.
I mean, they're both, Florida is above them in the conference rankings. It just feels like a lot of points. It opened at +9. It's already at 8.5.
The only information I don't like here is on the trends. The favorite is 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these teams. But when you look at a trend like that, think about it. Last 5 meetings, that's over like multiple years, and that's going to be, completely different squads. So you got to look at trends with a, little, a little doubt there sometimes.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. What time is that game at? It's an early game too. 2 o'clock
I'm
Eastern.
starting off with the early ones. I'm going right up to schedule.
Okay, that's interesting one. I'll take a look at that more. Think about it. All right, and I know you probably got a lot, but I got one more. This one's a little out there if you look at the numbers. Like at first glance, Austin P plus 3 points at home against North Florida. So Austin P, if you look at the record, they're 8-20. You see that's horrible, right? But North Florida is 12-15, so not that much better. And North Florida is 3-13 on the road, while Austin P is 6-8 at home. So this one, I mean, I was thinking to even like maybe do like 2 units, because it's like -110 on the spread. So do like 2.2 units to win 2 units on that, and then put 1 unit on the money line. So that way, if they cover the spread, you still win a unit. And, if they win outright, you win 3 units. Yeah, Austin P has lost 10 games in a row. And it just feels like a spot for, I know.
Yeah,
it seems like a crazy pick.
On this game.
What?
I can't believe you're betting on this game.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's where my mom got her like master's degree for teaching was Austin P. I have my soft spot for Furman.
And she went to Furman?
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, that's the Army base right there. So I would not trail me on this. I'm just giving you what I thought was an interesting pick because they seem to be an okay home team and they've lost a lot of games in a row. So this could be like, their chance to shine for once.
Mm-hmm.
you can just totally ignore that pick if you want. What's your next one?
My next one, so I'm taking it sort of smaller too. Charlotte at Louisiana Tech. I'm taking Louisiana Tech -1.5 at home. I feel like this line is telling you who's gonna win. Charlotte isn't great on the road. They're not a great offensive team, so they don't really travel well. So just looking at the splits right here, LA Tech is 8-4 at home. Charlotte's 4-7 on the road. They're both 6-9 in conference play, but again, that line is telling you who's going to win. Louisiana Tech -1.5.
I like that. I've bet against Charlotte, or I think I bet on Charlotte before, and they burned me before. So, just from a superstitious point of view, I have no problem taking Louisiana Tech.
Yeah,
and looking at these numbers. They're a good home team. Charlotte's a bad away team, 4-7 versus 8-4. So that seems pretty simple. I like that game.
Yeah, and we've like you said, we've watched Charlotte this year. They're a really heavy team. Like they have a bunch of like big dudes, so they get tired quick. They don't have a lot of jump shooters. They score inside the paint. Like they don't travel well. So and Louisiana Tech has lost 3 in a row, but they lost to Florida Atlantic, who's ranked by like 5 points. Before that, they lost to North Texas, who's a really good team. And then before that, I think they lost by 2. I'm pretty sure it was like a game winner. So they just had some bad luck lately. And this is another buy low spot on a team that should win at home.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm pretty sure they were actually on the road their last 3 games. So this is definitely no. They lost at home in their last game, but before that they were on the road. So yeah, they should definitely win this game.
And the team they lost to, North Texas, is really good.
They are, yeah. I've watched them actually this year. They're a fast pace. They have a really good offense.
All right, so that's it for my college plays. I'm assuming you'll have some more. I'll have some NHL plays I'll throw afterwards, but yeah.
I have a couple more. Living in New York, but Duke's favored on the road. The Syracuse team, they play a lot of zones, so they're a decent defensive team, but they don't score very well. I mean, they shoot a lot of threes, so it's easy to defend them. It's Duke. So I mean, obviously Duke has been a terrible road team this year. They're 4-8, but this is a game they should win against Syracuse. And I read a crazy stat that favorites in ACC games this year are like hitting at a 78% clip, just like straight up, not against the spread, but just straight up. So reading that line, I definitely like to take Duke -1.5. Probably just post it on the money line at -120. But I'll go into a game that Bill can bet on.
Thank you.
Because he sounds really bummed that he can't bet on it. But Missouri -2 at home. So it opened up as a pick'em, I think, or -1 Mizzou. It's already at -2. This is a really good buy low spot and sell high on Texas A&M. Texas A&M has won 4 in a row, but they've had one of the softest conference schedules. And they are a decent away team, 6-3. But like I said, they've played a really soft schedule. So, and this one kind of does scare me because it seems like Missouri likes to mess with me whenever I take them, or whenever I take them, they lose. Whenever I don't, they absolutely destroy. But just looking at Texas A&M's schedule, they played Arkansas, which again, we talked about them. They're at the bottom. LSU is all the way at the bottom. Auburn, they used to be ranked, but they're slowly creeping to a team that might not even make the tournament. They're not very good. They played Georgia, again, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Auburn again, Kentucky. So Florida, you see what I'm saying? Their schedule hasn't really been tough at all. So, and earlier in the year, Texas A&M did beat Missouri at home. So I'm definitely going to take Missouri to get some revenge at home, -2.
Yeah, and Mizzou is 14-2 at home, so they definitely are a great team. I'm gonna write that one down since I can bet on that game.
You sounded so sad you couldn't bet on.
Nah, it's all right. No, it's cool.
I was just laughing. That was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can get into some of these standings real quick too.
Okay.
Texas A&M is at the top. They are 11-2. Missouri 7-6. So Texas A&M, they're not bad, but like I said, they just had a really soft schedule. And looking ahead, they play Tennessee next at home. So this is definitely a great sell high spot on Texas A&M with a look ahead game at Tennessee on their home court next Tuesday. So definitely take Missouri. That might be my play of the day.
Nice. You heard it here first.
Yeah. I feel like that was definitely the best analytical approach we gave. But let's see here. Is there any other games that I like? I kind of want to take Michigan State against Michigan. They opened at +2. And then obviously we know what happened on their campus this last week. Rest in peace to those individuals. But I'm definitely think Michigan State has a chip on their shoulder coming in. I feel like this line.
What's the line on that one?
It opened at +2 and it's already at +1.5. And I feel like if Vegas was telling us Michigan would win, it would probably be closer to like 2.5. So I think I'm going to take Michigan State in this spot.
Yeah. Looks pretty decent.
Let me write that down.
Let's see. Yeah, they're a decent away team, 3-4, and then
Michigan is just awful this year. They are so bad.
Yeah. All right, let me write that one down. Michigan State. Check that out.
And then this one I kind of really like too. Nevada on the road against Utah State. They're getting +4.5. These are two really similar teams. I feel like this could be a one possession game.
Let's see. 4.5. Yeah.
I think it opened at +5, so it's already been bet down a little bit. It's not that far of a trip from Nevada to Logan, Utah. So I don't know. It feels like it should be a close game. Maybe let me write that one down. Nevada. Look into that one a little bit as well.
Yeah, and they're a really good covering team. 16-7-2. Nevada is. Nevada, exactly. Whatever.
That's a little later, so some late night action for you guys.
Yeah, check that out. They must be moving the lines on them.
Yeah, a lot of these lines are moving fast. Like this one, Tulane, for example, I like them at -3. They already been bet up to -4.5. They're on the road against South Florida. 4.5 is kind of too much for me for an away team, so I'm gonna shy away. At -3, I liked it, but I'm gonna stay away from that one. I love this one right here. Auburn at Vanderbilt. Give me Vanderbilt +3. I was talking shit about Auburn earlier. Give me Vanderbilt +3. Vanderbilt has been killing it lately. Let me look at their schedule.
Let's see. Last 10, they're 6-4 against the spread. Let's see. 9-5 at home, which is pretty good considering SEC is pretty tough.
Yeah, they beat South Carolina by 11 on the road. That's not much. South Carolina sucks. They beat Florida by 8 on the road. They beat Tennessee at home. They beat Ole Miss at home. They got absolutely smoked by Alabama. they lost by 6 to A&M. But yeah, I feel like this might be a good spot for a Vanderbilt team, and Auburn has just been terrible on the road this year.
Yeah,
they lost to Georgia at home the other day. I was watching that game. I couldn't believe my eyes. Georgia is so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write that one down too, but we'll see.
Okay.
Vanderbilt +3 at home. especially when you get a home underdog, you have to look at those because, especially in college basketball, home court actually matters.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
This one's kind of interesting. Santa Clara at Portland. Santa Clara is -2. I haven't watched Portland at all this year, but I know, didn't you bet on them earlier in the year?
Yeah, who was it? I don't even remember who they played against.
I remember you talking about them. This is an interesting one though, because they don't really have to travel far to Portland from Santa Clara. Santa Clara is obviously a tournament team this year. They're 20-8. They're 4-3 on the road, which isn't bad. They've won 4 in a row. This is an interesting one.
What's the spread on this one? I don't know why it's not showing up on
Santa Clara is -2. I'm going to write that one down. Man, there's so much action today. This slate is so good. Oh, my gosh. I'm creaming over here. Let's see.
And it started out good, but when you were asleep, the English Premier League had some good games. Like Arsenal came back from down and then winning 4-2. It was a crazy game.
Oh, did you win money on it?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Nice. Yeah, that does it for my college slate though.
All right, well that's a lot.
Yeah, that's quite a few games. It's a big slate. There's like 80 games. There's probably more. There's probably like 100 games. There's so many games going on today.
Okay. Yeah, I might just skip the NHL picks. I mean, I had a couple I was looking at, but I don't want to waste too much time with all these college basketball games on. We can focus on NHL when it's the only game going.
I don't know, man. Hockey. I've been digging some hockey. I mean, the Islanders came back from yesterday. Yeah, I mean, we can go to commercial real quick if you want, and
okay, yep,
come back to some
commercial.
hockey.
Yeah, I hear the old capitalist ringing the bell telling me to go to commercial, so we'll be right back.
If you were advertising on our podcast, this is what your ad would sound like. Are you tired of losing? Are you tired of not being able to pay your rent? Are you tired of putting your gifts on layaway for your son that you've neglected due to your crippling gambling addiction? Well, good news. The Losing Streak podcast from Bankroll Bill and Austin is here to make you feel better about your failures and to commiserate with us as we also have our lives implode. Check it out now on your favorite podcast platform of choice, or don't, and save your money.
And we're back. All right, so let's get into some hockey.
The ice.
First game I'm looking at is the New Jersey Devils versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. So
yes, sir.
I like the over 6.5 in that game.
And I like the Devils.
Okay. So the over-under on these teams, let's see. So the last, they're both trending under teams, like it's 23-27, but I just feel like this is a good spot for both teams. They've been scoring a lot lately. I think, even Penguins lost to Islanders in their last game, but it was 5-4 game. It's, let me look at these trends here for the totals. So, the under has been going well in the Devils last games, but I feel like the Penguins. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain this here with good numbers. It was just I was just looking at different simulations. It wasn't just Sportsline; it was different places, and this just looks like a good spot. And the money leaders on covers, so the guys that are the best at picking New Jersey and Pittsburgh games, they're leaning towards the over too.
Yeah.
You say you like the Devils in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Penguins fan, but the last couple of years they haven't really been good. They've been trending downward. They're an older team. They don't really have a lot of young talent. So I love fading them. I faded them last night. They were actually up 4-2 at one point, and then Islanders came all the way back and won 5-4. I figured that was going to happen. I wish I would have placed some money on the Islanders, but yeah, I mean, it always scares you. Hockey is weird just because, I mean, obviously any team can win at any night, but I mean, the Devils are already 2-0 against them this year. it's just they're the better team. It looks like on every level, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right. So we like the Devils and the over. And betting the under in hockey. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
I said betting the under in hockey sucks too, because at the end of the game, if they're down like a goal or two, they're always pulling goalies, and then it gets crazy real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Betting the under in anything is frustrating, honestly. Especially but isn't the outside game played today? Isn't there a hockey game played outside?
Let's see.
I forgot what it's called. Sorry, guys, we're not like too big on hockey, but we know a little bit. I forgot what it's called.
Is it the Capitals Hurricanes game? What day
I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is the one.
Okay.
It's being played somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere outdoors.
Let's see. Today at 8:00 I love how they give like no information. The Carter Finley Arena is at Carter Finley Stadium. So that's where the NC State Wolfpack plays.
Oh,
that's pretty crazy.
So it is outdoors.
And what's the temperature there today? It's got to be
freezing.
Warm. In North Carolina?
I'd hope so. If they're playing outdoors.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be interesting. Let me see. Did I pick anything on that game? I didn't even know that one was outdoors. Hurricane. No, I didn't pick anything on that game. Did you have any leans either way?
No, nothing on that one. A game I do like though is Islanders at the Bruins. So obviously the Islanders just played last night. They had to give a ton of effort. Every point matters for them now because they are in the race for the wild card. But the Bruins are the best team in the league, and I'm honestly taking Bruins -1.5. I'm not sure what that number is. It's probably close to even money, but because their money line is -240. But I feel like they'll have some tired legs on the Islanders.
Yeah, the puck line here, it's -1.5 is +100. So
okay, so
yeah.
So I might take a stab at that. Honestly, I've been loving betting on the Bruins this year.
Yeah, and if you're like me, what I like to do in games like this is you bet the Bruins -1.5, and then hopefully they score early, especially as a home team. And then, when the line shifts, so sometimes you want the score, like in hockey, you definitely want the teams to go up in the first period because that's when they shift the lines a lot. And then, so my goal would be get like a +2.5 from the Islanders at about, as close to even money as possible. And then you're pretty much sitting pretty as long as if the Bruins win by 2, you're good. If, Islanders come back, you break even. Like,
yeah, especially watching Bruins games. It's I was what game was it? I forgot which game I was watching. It wasn't their last one they played, it was the game before that. If the Bruins score first, they haven't lost this year. So if you want to bet on that game, watch that game, and if the Bruins score first, then you should be sitting pretty nice.
Okay, yeah, this is a good game I like. All right, so it's Tampa Bay at Vegas. So Tampa Bay is definitely like a bettor's. I mean, people love to bet on them, which is funny because they're 25-29 against the spread. And then they're about even on away games. But I really like this spot for Vegas. They, I think they're actually dogs in this game by a little bit. They're +105.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, Vegas is really good. I bet on them actually away and at home this year, and they've done pretty good for me. So. Yeah, I was looking at that one actually too, and just looking at the early. I mean, it's still early, but right off the bat on the money line, 79% of the bets for the money line are on Tampa Bay. So Vegas definitely wants Vegas to win. So definitely want to ride Vegas.
And it's a late game, so it's at 10:30 Eastern time. So you got to think about those Tampa Bay players. And the only one interesting thing about Vegas too is that they're a lot better as an away team, which is funny, but they're still they still win at home. Like they're not as dominant.
Because Vegas is a party city. Everybody wants to go party in Vegas.
Yeah. So the goalkeeper for the Tampa Bay. Has a better record overall, but I mean, he's also played. He's played twice as many games, I think, this year. But the goals allowed, the Vegas goalkeeper is 2.47 versus 2.53 for Vasilevsky. I don't even know how to say his name, for Tampa Bay. So, the goalkeeper looks better for Vegas. And, when all the money starts going in on one side, it makes me a little worried, because it's like, the sports books, or when they want you to think all the money is going on one side, that makes me worried, because the sports books, they're going to adjust the line a lot if all the money's on one side. So if the line hasn't moved that much and Vegas is still even money,
right. I feel like home ice. Does that really have that much of an advantage in hockey?
I mean, for the Bruins it does, and for Tampa Bay it does, but I don't know if there's just certain teams that are better at home. I guess.
It's probably just the fact that everyone's better at home in sports, but
yeah, especially with this across the country thing. It's a 3-hour time difference, and
definitely flying in 2 different time zones, 3 different time zones,
and it's a holiday weekend too. So they're probably out there. They're going to try to focus before the game, but it's hard to get guys to focus.
Yeah, exactly.
In Vegas.
The latest game. The Sabres are minus 125 on the money line against San Jose. San Jose isn't good at all, so I'm just gonna take a stab on the Sabres, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah,
I don't have much analytical,
Well, Buffalo is 16-8, 1-1 on the road, and San Jose is 5-13, 3-4.
All right, yeah, I'm taking.
So hockey, you got the losses, you got the overtime losses, and everything. But they've only won 5 games at home. So
yeah, poor San Jose fans.
Yeah, I'm sure the tickets are cheap though.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty nice. I actually went to the ASU basketball game the other night against Colorado. They lost, but it was pretty fun. We our job, one of our our collaborators gave us tickets. One of the sponsors for the games, gave us tickets and gave us free drinks and food. Had some nachos, popcorn, a few beers. It was nice. It was pretty fun. The stadium needs a remodel, though. That stadium is so old. Those seats are oof.
Did you bet on the game?
I did. I played a same game parlay teaser that I hit, so I was pretty happy about that. It's always fun when you go in person and you hit a bet as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I went to Vegas this weekend, and then Tuesday, Bet Rivers gave me free tickets to go see Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden, which is pretty sick. But
Billy Joel,
yeah. But I think we can move on to last word now, huh? I think we're through everything.
Yeah, and then we'll go over our gold stars, or I don't know if you're gonna play one, or if you want to start your gold stars again.
Let's do our gold stars for the day first. So I'll let you have anticipation mine here. I think you already said what yours was, didn't you?
Just looking at it, I think I'm leaning Missouri -2 for my gold star play.
Okay.
But so yeah, I'll just lock it in. Missouri -2. Lock it in.
And I'm gonna lock in one of your plays as my gold star play, because you talked me into it, as I saw it, Louisiana Tech -1.5.
All right, I like that one.
Yep. All right.
Now we can get into our last word if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, so I watched a hilarious movie this weekend called Girlfriend's Day. I don't know if you've heard of this or seen this.
I don't think I've heard of it.
It was like a dark comedy. It's on Netflix. It's got Bob Odenkirk, Slippin' Jimmy, Better Call Saul. He works for a Hallmark card type company as a writer of cards. And so it's a really funny dark comedy, and there's absurdist things. Amber Tamblin's in it. She's the wife of what's his face, the other guy, the guy that Bob Odenkirk always does stuff with. The world's first and now David Cross, the other comedian. Yeah, so his wife is Amber Tamblyn. She plays the love interest in this. It was really good. I liked it, and it's on Netflix. Fun time. what is your last word?
Trying to think. I was trying to think the whole time you were talking. I don't even know what my last word's gonna be. Let's see. Last word.
Oh, and the movie was only 70 minutes long, which is kind of a blessing sometimes nowadays.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like
You love the
3-hour-long movies.
Wait, 70 minutes? That's only like an hour and 10 minutes. Is that even?
I know it was good. It should have been like maybe they did a lot of editing. I don't know, but it was. I know I was surprised too. I was watching it, but it was good. It came out like 4 years ago, but I liked it.
I just recently got a Costco membership for my birthday, so I recommend getting these sparkling juice beverages. They're called Izzy's. They're pretty good. I've been hooked on those. So if you're ever at Costco and you see them, I think it's like $12 for like a 24 pack or something like that. So they're pretty cheap and they're pretty good. So I recommend those.
Izzy's. I don't think I've had those.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're sparkling juices. They have like different flavors. They have like apple, mango, blackberry, clementine. Clementine's the worst one, but they're all pretty good.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Check me out at Twitter at bankroll_Bill, and Austin can be found at
Austin Sporsic.
Our email for the podcast is thelosingstreakpodcast@gmail.com, and our voicemail line is still 646-494-7185. We're posting this on YouTube, so make sure you like and subscribe to everything. We'll listen to the calls live on air if somebody calls. If you think we deserve some love, please do a 5-star review. That actually matters. It helps other people find the podcast. And if you see a place that we're missing or you think we should go on to, let us know. Anything you want to add, Austin?
Yeah, just keep supporting us if you can. Keep listening. Share us with your friends, family. Sorry we were gone for a little bit, but we're back and ready for the grind. We're gonna try and record another one either today or tomorrow, and then we'll record a couple during the week. And so we want to get back on the grind and get you guys some content and figure out our own system so we can keep making money and keep doing good. So
yeah, our goal is to have another episode out by tomorrow. So either we'll record it either late tonight or early Sunday morning. And make sure it's out for you guys, so we can give you some more plays for this weekend to satisfy your degenerate needs.
Of course.
All right. Well, see you later.